Today, Fox 11 was the first to report about a raid at the home of Sean Diddy Combs. Tonight, we're digging a little deeper into the legal issues already facing the music mogul.
They include multiple lawsuits involving allegations of sex workers, hidden cameras, and compromising recordings of celebrities and politicians. Now, all this was prior to today's federal raid. Fox 11's Gina Silva digging into that tonight. She's got the latest on those lawsuits. Gina.
Alex, Christine, this right here, it is the lawsuit. It is 75 pages of just shocking allegations. Many legal experts say the accusations are very similar to those of Jeffrey Epstein's case.
If you have read this complaint and seen the nature of these allegations, the raids aren't that surprising.
It's a 75-page complaint with explosive allegations of sexual assault, sex trafficking, and drugging of underage girls. The lawsuit was filed by music producer Rodney Little Rod Jones on February 26. It names Sean Combs, a.k.a. Diddy, his son Justin Dior, and several others. And it also includes photographs of bloody crime scenes, sex workers, and drugs allegedly administered at, quote, freak-off parties.
It's clear that the allegations, again, in this complaint, many of them rise to the level of criminal conduct where you would expect to see some kind of criminal investigation taking place.
Civil rights attorney Ariva Martin is not connected to this case. She is serving as a legal analyst.
If even a handful, not the entire complaint of allegations, but even if a handful of these allegations are true, they mean trouble for Sean Combs.
Jones lived and traveled with Diddy for 13 months. The complaint states Mr. Jones was sexually harassed and assaulted by Mr. Combs. It also states Mr. Combs required Mr. Jones to solicit sex workers. The complaint goes on to claim Diddy has hidden cameras in every room of his homes and that there are recordings of celebrities, music label executives, politicians, and athletes in compromising positions.
Psychic medium, so I actually, like, every time I walk past his house, and obviously the Playboy Mansion's right there, and we know about the tunnel.
He just said the Playboy Mansion is right up there. So we're talking about them finding secret tunnels under Diddy's home. And this guy right here is saying that the Playboy Mansion is like literally right around the corner. So that's what he said. It's kind of low. So I'm just going to play it again.
Psychic medium, so I actually, like, every time I walk past his house, and obviously the Playboy Mansion's right there, and we know about the tunnels that connect from.
We all know about the tunnels that connect.
The Playboy Mansion.
To here?
I'm sure they can.
So right here, the Playboy Mansion may have had secret, well, they actually have secret tunnels connecting to the homes of some of the biggest stars in the 1970s.
Man, we all know that P. Diddy been in hot water recently because of all the lawsuits and charges related to sexual assault and sex trafficking that have been emerging left, right, and center. Now, this dude's trying to get out of trouble, which ain't coming easy because now all the details regarding his underground sex tunnels have also been emerging. Now, everybody talking about this now.
Now, agents with Homeland Security raided 2 homes belonging to Combs, one here in Miami Beach, the other in Los Angeles. The property here in Miami Beach is an 11,000 square foot property. And late tonight, we saw agents walking out of this house carrying a cardboard box as well as several bags from the second story of the property out here. Now, agents in Los Angeles could be seen walking around Combs's house there. They were processing the scene there and could be seen taking notes on a table there. Now, an official with Homeland Security here in Miami tells me that the raid that took place here happened a little bit after 3 o'clock this afternoon. And a neighbor tells me that about 30 to 40 law enforcement officers showed up to the house out here and carried out this search warrant. Again, Anderson, late word tonight from a law enforcement source who tells my colleague Josh Campbell that these search warrants that were executed is in connection open with a sex trafficking investigation. However, the source would not say whether Combs himself is the target of the investigation.
So back in March, feds raided two of Diddy's properties that was thought to be a part of an alleged sex trafficking ring involving Diddy as the main character of the whole thing. Now, Diddy denied all the charges and the allegations that was put up against him. Well, what do we got going on here? Seems like Diddy's $40 million house in LA has an underground water tunnel.
I'm a psychic medium, so I actually, like, every time I walk past his house, and obviously the Playboy Mansion's right there, and we know about the tunnels that connect from the Playboy Mansion
to here.
I'm sure they connect here. Why wouldn't
there are places that connect? So what kind of energy? What kind of energy are you picking up?
Just like there's just like darkness. I mean, in general, like I've always had weird feelings on this street.
Yeah.
This type. Well, the Playboy Mansion's down there. So I always thought it was the Playboy Mansion. It wasn't until probably a year ago that I realized this was Diddy's house.
Now here comes that twist to the story. Now we all know about the intensity at times Diddy's going through, but the raids that have been conducted on his homes ain't just related to his homes either. Nah, they opened up a series of some wild stuff, including underground tunnels in his homes.
Do those tunnels lead to?
Very good question, Hassan Campbell. Very good question. Now, as journalists and bloggers started to look into the tunnels a little further, they started to uncover some hidden truths and some old community secrets, leading to speculation about their origins and potential connections to other famous properties. For example, the discovery of tunnels beneath P. Diddy's mansion is reminiscent of other similar underground networks that have been found beneath other historic estates, such as the Playboy Mansion, which is only an 8-minute walk from Diddy's house. And it's entirely plausible that these tunnels could be connected, serving as a hidden transportation system for the rich and famous. Just imagine a secret underground highway linking these two iconic estates, allowing for celebrities to move discreetly between them without ever setting.
But what y'all think those tunnels lead to? Now that's what everybody's asking about right now. According to some of the journalists and other media personalities, these tunnels was used by celebrities like Jack Nicholson in the 70s, and that Diddy may have purchased his current estate due to their presence. Now, Homeland Security reportedly searched Diddy's estates owing to suspicions about criminal activity, and underground tunnels was discovered. The finding adds another layer of interest to Diddy's estate, raising speculations about what additional secrets may be lying beneath the surface. Now, the underground network seems to be connected with the names of many other powerful elites who could possibly be participants in Diddy's sex trafficking ring. There's a whole culture of underground tunnels that relates to child abuse. Now, the names that connect to Diddy's underground network seem to include Disney and convicted sex offender Ghislaine Maxwell.
Just like it wasn't seminal fluid that Justin Bieber was wiping away from his mouth when he brought his face up from Odell Beckham's groin in a club with Trey Songz on the lookout.
The images are there.
No,
do you have any views on Usher? Because a lot of things have come back to where
Usher.
They talk about his
Usher, I'm tired of Usher.
Oh, okay.
Goofy bitch.
No.
Got your asshole ripped open and the only thing it inspired was loyalty? They ripped your ass open. Gene didn't say it. He said, check the records at the hospital. I'm saying it. You got your ripped open. Then you take Justin Bieber from Lily White, Canada, and take him to the flavor of Fuck Off, the kiddie edition. Get his ripped open. Now everything's coming out, and the first thing you do is run the Bali with another kiddie rapper who works with the man, L.A. Reid, that sent you to the Diddy flavor freak off.
Now, what's surprising at this point is that nobody's really talking about the presence of these tunnels that have been found in Diddy's homes, which has started to stir a new series of speculations. Now, some are assuming that the silence indicates complicity among individuals who have attended Diddy's events and implies that big celebrities are engaging in unethical actions.
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
The man who allegedly opened fire inside of one of former President Donald Trump's Florida hotels several years ago made some wild statements to law enforcement in his interviews, saying he was a sex slave for Sean Diddy Combs. Well, now that federal investigators have raided two of the rapper's homes and an arrest and indictment in a sex trafficking operation could be imminent, the man's comments sound a little less crazy. Now, you might remember back in 2018, a man went into the Trump National Doral Miami Hotel and Resort in the middle of the night and went on a rampage. The state attorney's office says that Jonathan Oddie fired shots inside the lobby and toward the chandelier on the ceiling, then draped a giant American flag across the hotel's front desk. He allegedly walked around breaking items like computer monitors, throwing things around the lobby. When police officers arrived and confronted him, there was a shootout. Oddie seemingly tried to make a run for it, but he had been shot in the leg. He didn't get very far. Police found him hiding. They took him into custody. Oddie was taken to the hospital with 3 gunshot wounds, 2 in one leg, 1 in the other. And while at the hospital, Oddie reportedly made several bizarre statements and asked repeatedly to speak with the FBI, Secret Service, CIA, the media. After Oddie was released from the hospital while still wearing what appears to be a hospital gown, Oddie did interviews with law enforcement, including the Secret Service. And we have part of that interrogation. And I will tell you right now, he says some bizarre stuff, okay? After talking about various kinds of conspiracy theories, Oddie asks this one thing out of the blue.
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people.
Okay, first thing to talk about here. The Boule is a real thing. It is the senior leadership of Sigma Pi Phi fraternity, the oldest postgraduate fraternity founded by and for black men. It was a secret society in its beginning, but now has chapters all over the United States. This is an organization for black professionals already experienced in their careers, and Sean Diddy Combs is sometimes rumored to have been a member of Sigma Pi Phi, but no indication that he is. Tell me this whole thing isn't a little bit out there.
And among some other shocking details that have emerged regarding Sean Diddy Combs, one of the alleged slaves has also made some wild accusations regarding him. In one of his interviews with law enforcement officials, the guy can be seen talking about Diddy, saying that he was a sex slave for the man.
Well, she say, I revoke my constitutional right and don't say nothing. I invoke my constitutional right, you know what I'm saying, and don't say nothing. She could do that. But she has to answer the subpoena. And I don't think she's going to sit down and go to court or go to jail for Diddy. You understand? If she is subpoenaed to come in there and speak on what happened to her, I believe she would do it. So Cassie, yeah. Even if they call me about the abuse with Kim, they say, yo, Gene, did you see him beat Kim? I said, on that particular case, no. Have I seen him rough Kim up and use the pillow? He like to play fight and be hurting the girls while he play fight. Have I seen him do that? Yeah, I've seen him done that. You understand? And I've asked Kim, you all right? You good? Y'all good? And she just look and stuff. He'll stop. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like a big uncle one time. So now, when he get to the hospital, his right wrist is ripped open. So, Mr. Dill, when you got to the hospital, what happened? Well, I seen his wrist ripped up. I would testify that I seen his wrist wrapped up in a T-shirt, and he said it right there in front of Kim. You know what I'm saying? That, you could have killed him because she hit an artery. You understand? And I would tell how I saw how Kim looked, and I would testify to everything if I was told to. You know, if I was brought in to testify against that. You understand? I'm not gonna sit there and wait in jail for him. Nah, I wouldn't do that.
So you don't have no problem testifying?
I have no problem sitting in the court of law, doing my due diligence, and testifying on stuff that I already spoke of on the internet. When I talked about him abusing Kim and she had to cut his wrist to get him off of him, I would tell what I saw when I went to the hospital. I have no problem. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody think. If I've already said it on the internet, if I've already said it on different platforms and programs, why wouldn't I? I have no problem with saying the relationship with him and Keefe D. I have no problem in saying that he went to Suge Knight and asked Suge Knight, are we good out here? When Pac was right behind Suge, Suge had a red Bentley, Rolls Royce Bentley. Pac had the white one in the back of the House of Blues. I have no problem in saying that I told him if we go out this house, somebody gonna die tonight. And the Notorious Big came up dead. I have no problem in saying what I've been saying for years, since 97. If I'm brought into a court of law to testify on things that they want to ask me regarding his character or anything that I've displayed out here.
Now things got real messy when his former bodyguard showed up right after Diddy's homes was raided and spilled some wild stuff about the man. Now we all know the crazy stuff Diddy has done up until now, but these were some next level things, man.